Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells, where we've spent quite a few episodes now, a lot of hours of gameplay, sort of limping through 4 cells, and right as we achieved what I might describe as an acceptable walking pace, sure, why not just turn it up, right? I mean, listen, if we're gonna see the proper end of this thing, and I really do want to see the proper end of this thing, we're gonna have to learn how to play on 5 cells sometime, so we may as well start now. Also, standing in this room, contemplating my my decision-making, I'm noticing that there's still a lot of bottles in here that are empty. It's remarkable how many blueprints we still don't have. My feeling is that we probably... I bet we have either completely mined out our route, or we have at least almost mined out our route, and if we want to keep using the Hunter's Grenade to find new blueprints, we're probably going to have to go to different biomes. I don't know if that's the thing I want to do today, to be perfectly honest with you, or if I just want to try the same route. You know what? Let's skip the Hunter's Grenade today. We'll use the same route today that we've been using, mostly to feel out what the differences on 5 cells are, and then I think after that, we might try experimenting with the route again, because, you know, there are a lot of good blueprints in the game, and I'm sure there are still things that are hidden that we would like to have. So, for today, let us first revel in our new, very expensive outfit, which turned out to be quite a reward indeed. And it is... I don't know which direction it's going to be in. Okay, here we go. I had to be honest with you, I'm not necessarily in love with the color scheme there. He likes it well enough, I guess. I do like the big glowing eye on the shoulder pad, though. That's cool. You know, it's different, at least. It is certainly a change of pace. Alright, so, I would like this to be a red or purple run, because I want to unlock the shrapnel axes and get to play with them here, so... which of these tubes looks best for that? I mean, this one I'm standing in front of right now sure would give us the, sure would give us an incentive to use that alchemical pistol again. Here we have an S-rank starred slasher, though, and a fire turret. We're going to take this one. Plus 50% damage when you're at max HP, which hopefully will be, you know, a lot. I think we take an off-color shield over an off... well, I was going to say over an off-color frost blast, but honestly, is it? Are we purple? We might be red. So bonus damage to targets that we can't really do these things. This generates a toxic cloud around the trap when thrown. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, this is probably a red run. It might... I don't know. We might be purple. For right now, I'm going to say it's red. If we encounter a stat scroll in this state at this moment, we will go red. That didn't work quite as much as I wanted it to. Ow. Quite as well as I wanted it to. Okay. So some jitters, apparently. These aren't even new difficulty problems. That's a thing that totally could have happened on 4 cells. Get over there. He does not want to be endlessly critted by my spear. I can't imagine why. I like having the oil smash attacks with the fire turret for reasons that are, you know, hopefully pretty obvious. Get him! Okay, they got him. Good work, everyone. Yeah, let's just take it red. I really liked having the extra HP. This is going to shock you all to hear. I did not remember to go look at the footage and compare our health levels, but it definitely, toward the end, it was feeling like a lot more health than we'd had on previous runs. I mean, it has to be, right? And I would like to have that feeling again. We are pursuing that feeling. Honestly, that crossbow, it might have been right to take that crossbow, even just like off-color frost crossbow at the beginning of the run is not a terrible idea. There we go. See, I guess the plan for right now is just to hold on to this decoy for some time, right? Off-color decoy still does a fine job of the thing that it's for. Alright, let's go back up. It looks like there's actually a way past the shop. You know, this outfit is, it's growing on me a little bit. That was almost disastrous. Okay, and there's our combo door. Ooh. I do like the pan. I mean, I like the Impaler a lot, but also the pan. The pan does not crit as well, and it doesn't have the bonus 50% damage. I think we're gonna skip it, but it's certainly a good item. That's a damn fine weapon. So far we're not really seeing a lot of differences. Feels pretty the same. I wonder if like a higher percentage of the food is malaised or something. Oh, we just got our combo, it's fine. Oh, it only killed one of them. Ah. Good plan there to come up way short. Boy, he really hates that turret, and he's spectacularly bad at fighting it. Like, hugely, comically bad at fighting it. Yeah, this is on color. And yes, I saw it before. We're gonna leave that there, because I don't yet benefit optimally from the health. Were we getting crits there? I don't think I realized that it... Does it crit people if they're close to a door? Alright, we're gonna wait for Green Dude to turn around, and then we're gonna decoy these dudes. Oh. So that was pretty weird. We turned invisible, and the rat still jumped us, I think. I don't think it was attacking the turret. I think it was attacking us. And then we got caught, and I think us getting hit killed the invisibility. So we weren't invisible for more than like a couple of frames there, I think. Well, at least we got our combo door. We're all set on that. So if we're not buying the Hunter's Grenade, that does leave us with a little bit more money than usual. Maybe we want to take the axe. It's a nice cheap axe. Yeah, I'll do that. Not that I, hate having a shield, but the axe has some obvious value. Oop. He was facing the wrong way. Damn it. Just gonna do this. But I would swear that we threw that axe at him while he was facing a different direction than the direction he got rooted in. Well, at least most of the health is gonna come back. We're gonna move on with a lot more malaise than I would like here. Although maybe the game is gonna drop us some additional food. Maybe the game is going to show mercy. Wanted to root him as close to the wall as possible for maximum efficiency. This is a weirdly shaped area. Yeah, see, the decoy is supposed to make you invisible when it drops, but again, there, like, we didn't... I don't know, we weren't invisible immediately. It's weird. I do love this axe. The axe is a really, really good weapon. There's so many... They've done a really good job with the weapon balance, I feel like. There are so many weapons that feel like they're really, really good. Okay, so we're going to come out of here with 2 melees, which is not, the end of the world. 2 melees in full health is, I think, better shape than we were in last episode, coming out of the first biome, wasn't it? Didn't I end up with 3? It's not so bad. Okay, same path. The plan is the same path. I do need to figure out if we're actually losing many scrolls by taking the shortcut after the giant. That's the thing I probably will just go and look at the wiki for. Ooh. Twin daggers. I do like the twin daggers a lot. They feel a little bit less safe to use than the impaler, because the combo is kind of slow. But the axe is going to alleviate a lot of that danger. I think we're taking this. We'll sacrifice our very good weapon for a different very good weapon. Oh. Can we not buy stuff on 5 cells? That's interesting. Have you guys seen the collector? I intended to have a chat with him. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I guess we're not going to get to try out our shrapnel axes, are we? Well, maybe it's just the first one. Maybe he's vacated the early part of the dungeon for some reason. We might have to do a little bit more 4-cell, because there's definitely still stuff we want to unlock. Take this. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty alright. I like this axe. I mean, like, I certainly wasn't expecting as catastrophic of a change as we had going from 3 to 4, but it doesn't really feel like, aside from the collector thing, it doesn't really feel like much has changed at all. Oh, hey, you were rooted. Be jumping around. There we go. Wait, this is a bad idea. I was trying to... I swear to you I was holding down. I jumped up there and then I was like, wait a second, I cannot safely roll past him. I will roll into the spikes. But apparently by then I had committed. Yeah, and red, it feels like red lacks... methods of controlling enemies in general. It's really nice to have... Ow! It's really nice to have a reliable route like this. I am walloping myself with my play. That is what is happening here. Yeah, we don't have much of a combo anyway. There you go, just hold him in place until the thing goes off. Go ahead, send him up here. See what happens. See, there we go. It turned us invisible that time. You know what I like? One of the things I actually like most about the axe is that it feels quite silly. When you are using it, it feels goofy in a real fun way. Oh, wow. Wow! That was... He's even faster than a normal one of those guys. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm getting my butt kicked here. I mean, maybe there's something going on with the difficulty, and that is why I'm getting my butt kicked. But it definitely feels like these are all 4-cell type mistakes. Man, I hope this run doesn't... Oh, hold on. There's a treasure room over here. I hope this run doesn't end this early, because I would like to see what's going on with the collector being missing. Better off-color item than the decoy. Oh, it generates oil. Yeah. There are certainly some situations that the decoy will be better suited to, but in general, stun grenade. It's one of these items that's, like, very good. I don't know if you'd heard, but this game has some items that seem like they're pretty good. Step into my poison. Wouldn't be a run if we didn't have some kind of method of generating a poison cloud. So, I'm thinking about flasking here. Obviously, I'm not happy to do it. Ooh. I'm gonna flask here, is what I'm saying. You know, with the flask refill is not... Well, that's interesting. I mean, we should be able to do this, right? We go 10 enemies without getting hit in the Arboretum all the time. Huh. Do we want that instead of the stun grenade? Like, does it matter that it scales? Not really, right? Because it hardly does any damage. But it still might actually be an improvement. Well, our stun grenade does spread oil. They both have damage reduction, approximately the same damage reduction. We already have a way of holding enemies in place. The ice grenade will break on... The freeze breaks on damage. I think we're not going to take this. As much as I like an off-color, colorless item, as much as that feels cool, I don't think this thing's a good fit for our situation. Alright, so let's teleport back up here and try to figure out benefiting from this thing without dying to the curse. Definitely weird, right? I guess a lot of biomes have a chance to have a cursed chest, and we're just so used to the ones that we know for sure will. They don't even really think about it that way anymore. Okay, I hate this. We're going upward. Because we're going to have to deal with that spike shroom forever, and it's just gonna be a huge pain in the ass to traverse that way. It is higher level. It doesn't generate a toxic cloud, but it does cause biters. The oil is kind of whatever, because, you know, when turret is destroyed. But I'll take it for the biters. I think that I like that better than the toxic cloud. There we go. This is gonna play cautiously. This is gonna take us close to that spike mushroom. I'm gonna go the other way. We will totally deal with this. We will come back here. This is the direction our exit is in. But I don't want to deal with this nonsense right now while I'm horribly cursed. Let's go left and blow up 6 enemies real fast. So, we are... Okay, great. This is 2 real easy kills as soon as the Yeeter notices us. We are not really in that bad of a position down a flask charge. We have not even been buying the flask charge at the Ossuary all the time in the last few runs, so we can certainly afford to do that. So that guy turned around. He turned around after we rooted him. It's a real annoying thing for him to do. That's not the game rules. Okay. Curse lifted. Back to normal dead cells. It's kind of nice to find a cursed chest just out of nowhere, right? Like that's a whole entire extra scroll. Well, that was clumsy. Damn it. Okay, interesting. hold off. We may yet find ourselves malaised again. Just gonna let him tire himself out there. Yeah, those guys are still... they're still a threat. I was talking yesterday like we never need to worry about them again, but they have some ability. Some capability to be a danger. I'm having a hell of a time with these bats, huh? In general, I'm just having a really hard time hitting stuff. It seems like the axe still has full normal effect on the little mushrooms, even when they're in shield mode, maybe? Which is pretty handy. Okay, let's let these guys get closer together. Give them one of these. Alright, that is a door to a shop. I suppose we ought to go check it out. Although, given that it looks like we're going to have to buy the flask charge in the Ossuary, we're probably not buying. What is an on-color skill that I would actually want? Honestly, the cleaver is pretty good. Spreads oil, starts fires, does bonus damage to people covered with oil fires. It's not really that expensive, and we don't really need the stun because we have the root. At the risk of maybe putting us in an awkward position as far as purchasing stuff in the ossuary goes, we're going to take this. And then we're going to consider potentially, at some point here, buying the support mutation? Because... what is it? What level of damage does it give when it's totally off color, do you think? That's sort of a weird... It's a very purple sort of red build. The music in here reminds me of the Oberdin a little bit. As soon as I said that, I had a vague memory of maybe having said that in another video recently. This is yet another reason to maybe change up our route here a little bit. Refresh the commentary. Just see if that guy will actually walk himself to death. He sure will. Single-minded. Which is not necessarily exactly the word you would expect to use about a fungus monster. I mean, I guess they're all sort of single. I was thinking, like, with each of them basically being one big organism, any fungus is sort of many-minded, but I guess really what it is every fungus is single-minded. Just sort of depends on the way you look at it. Well, that didn't work. Trying to get him, there we go. Trying to get him to charge, so I feel like we have a moment of security here. Ooh, yeah, shouldn't have gone for that. That was clumsy. Alright, well, we earned back most of the health. Some quick murder there. Okay, now I guess the axe doesn't stick in them when they're in shield mode. I thought we had seen it do that. Boy, this is turning into a little bit of a nightmare. I think we're getting spikes from both directions? No, maybe it was just coming from below. Well, we'll go get that guy in a second. How far below? Pretty far below, it looks like. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. I do believe we may die here. I am doing just a bang-up job of giving the enemies whatever they need to get the job done. Yep, that's a great example. So being down a flask charge at this point, not really that big of a deal. Being down the heart at this point, somewhat more of a deal. A bigger deal. I think we're cool with our skills. You know, you're going to have some off days. You hope that they don't immediately follow your on days, but what are you going to do? I am not in a position where I feel that it's reasonable to really beat myself up about this. And probably, really, the way that that thought should go is, it's not reasonable to beat yourself up about it. Like, ever. And that's why it's not reasonable to beat yourself up right now. But also, you know, we did real well this week in general, I think. Not even just last episode, but the last couple episodes, I feel like, have been really good. So, you know, a little backslide here and there I'm not too broken up about. Oh, hey, if we pursue that path, we might get an even better axe. I love a better axe. Right, this is not a traditional ranged weapon, and as such, it does not vertically correct your aim quite as well as some of the others do. Oh, hold on. What a weird little area. Okay, 5S versus 6++. Oh, this is an oil axe? Yep, okay. Have we ever seen that formation in here before? I'm not sure we have. We've seen that idea of the fall-away bridge that has a spot in the middle of it that you should stand on to fall through to a loot room before, but I don't know that we've ever seen that particular shape in this place. That's definitely a here unique room. Maybe there are room types and shapes that you don't see on the lower difficulties. Wow. That one-shot him? I mean, two, sort of, because we did get the contact damage and the pullback damage. We probably shouldn't spend any more, unless we see something that's, like, really mind-blowing. Because we are starting to dip into the fund. You gotta remember, we are intending to spend, potentially, a considerable amount of money in the Ossuary. You know, 20,000 for the flask charge doesn't necessarily account for what we might want to spend on cough syrup and watermelons and whatnot. The axe is fun to use. Alright, let's clean up the last of these guys, get the rest of our scrolls, scroll, singular, and then get the hell out of here. Get the rest of our scroll. Oh, right. I remember why I wasn't happy here. Thankfully, our daggers are still pretty impressive relative to the health of the enemies we are seeing. Are we good? There's one more enemy left. Let's got that guy, and then it is worth noting here that I sold that Malaised cherry because I was just like, we're not going to use this. But we actually would benefit from it here, because we could take that and then the watermelon and come out of this at basically full health. The watermelon is not going to be enough to put us back where we would like to be, unfortunately. Apparently I missed a guy? How much do I care about that? That one guy. I guess I care because I'm already thinking we're going to be a little cash-starved. Should probably take a couple of seconds to go, and this isn't even where he is. He's in the next thing over. Should probably take a second and make sure we are actually getting all of the cash that we are entitled to. Even if it is a pretty small difference, rather. It's my money, and I want it now. Okay, now I think we're actually done. Except we can't use that thing. That is only a teleport exit, not a teleport entrance. We gotta go over here. Okay, let's go do the prison depths and hopefully play a little bit tighter in there than we've been playing out here, because otherwise this is gonna get real ugly. Yeah, if we have to go back to 4 cells to unlock stuff, it might be worth doing. You know, there's like I said, there's still a lot of empty jars. Yeah, the collector's just gone, and something has happened to these doors. Boy, I wonder if the idea is that, like, the hand of the king, or... It's all spiderwebby, though. It sort of looks like it's been abandoned for a long time, right? We probably don't want to spend money on reforges. In case you're not aware of how this works, we cannot buy off our mutations in order to get rid of the spent heart. The spent heart is permanently taking up that slot now. I'm going to grab disengagement, I guess. We actually have a melee weapon, so we could benefit from the red stuff that cares about melee weapons. But I'm going to go disengagement. I think that the safety that offers, and not just safety in terms of not getting bursted down, but safety to do, like, the way we used it yesterday, to help us manage the amount of melees we're getting out per flask charge. It matters. It matters a lot, I think, actually. I'm definitely a little concerned. We have an okay ranged weapon. We have some good deployables. We should be able to get through a curse here. They really want me to have a fancy version of the boy's axe. Alright, we will compare that to our current one. So this is a 7. It doesn't spread oil, but it's a 7. The damage difference is fairly significant. And, you know, we could re-roll it and try to get the oil thing. Victims freeze nearby enemies when they die is definitely useful. I'm going to take it. You know, you can roll for new affixes, but you cannot spend money to increase the item level. I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't teleport to follow me if I just stayed on the chain. This is dangerous, man. Hoping to get him to... Oh no, oh no, oh no! Ooh, that was really close to a disaster. I did not mean to fall off of that ledge. So that's definitely not a knife thrower. Hard to tell. It's big, though, whatever it is. Okay, I do love it when the bats show up. Those guys are, like, semi-routinely changing direction after we root them, and I don't care for it. I need the enemies to follow the rules, because otherwise I don't know what the hell will happen when I do stuff, and that is how I get hit. Somehow we stealthily executed there without the slasher ever being aware of us. There you are, you big foggy butthole. What a great thing to get to say in a context where it actually makes sense. Alright, we basically got one strategy this run, and it is working just fine. Despite the fact that all of that guy's attacks are direction agnostic, he simply will not perform them if you are behind him. Oh, well, this is not great. Never mind, it's fine. I thought I was gonna pull the slasher while I was still dealing with other stuff. But he is remarkably unattentive. I mean, he's a skeleton. He probably doesn't have eyes, right? How's he gonna know what's going on? There we go. A lot of clumsiness on my part today. I mean, we held it together for a little bit when it really mattered. When the curse was on the line. But also, it does matter a little bit at other times. Got our key nice and early, although, you know, it's not like that usually results in very much. Alright, let's get rid of this guy before we go engaging the elite, because I want to have lots of room to run away. In case we should need to run away. You know, it happens occasionally. I'm going to replace this stuff on this level. Ah. I mean, it's a tiny amount of damage. It's fine. We should take that, right? I'll miss the toxic cloud on dodge, but I do love a stat point. I don't actually know where the slasher is. I should probably wait till I can see him before doing this. I realized after rooting him there that I was not 100% sure whether... Because he turns around naturally during his combo. I wasn't 100% sure whether he would still turn around, even while rooted. Because, you know, some enemies certainly do. But it turns out if you just kill him fast enough, it ends up not mattering. Throwing my axe like that's going to deal with the cloud of bats. I mean, I hit one of them. Yeah, didn't really think that one all the way through. The funny thing is, enemies are more visible when they're invisible and walking in water. They have an additional tell, right? It's so easy to know that it's not safe to go down there, and yet. Okay, it looks like, no, that is one of the enemies that honors the no turning when rooted rule. Even though he does not honor the normal no turning rules. Ah. We were sort of only halfway covered by the line. I was like, yeah, this over here in the corner, we might be far enough away. It might be safe. God, I gotta say, the semi-long period at the beginning of the series when we didn't have all of our movement runes yet, like, it's not even a traversal and unlocking biomes thing, just the combat of the game doesn't feel right if you don't have all of your mobility stuff, because you use it so much during combat. Like, being able to stick to walls and suddenly climb out of a situation or climb into a situation, it all becomes part of the way you move around in the world, to a degree that I was honestly a little surprised by. Okay, well, do we have anything fun? We have a fire grenade. What level are my daggers? So, I don't necessarily want to replace 7s just to replace them. Like, a 7 is going to carry us for a while. I think we're just going to sell here. And then, that being the case, I don't think it matters which of these we unlock. Alright, let's go back and get that food, because it turns out we are not going to have to wait. Game really came through with the food, this dungeon. And in fact, we're just gonna get to leave at full health. Wasn't there... I guess I'm misremembering. I thought I remembered there being a watermelon somewhere. Maybe I'm just remembering that we left a watermelon for a while during the last level, and my brain is merging the memories because it is absolute trash at everything involving memory. And I can hear it bouncing around in there too, being so excited that it remembered that there was a watermelon that time. Okay, we want to go this way. So... even after spending a whole lot of gold to correct things here, we are down a resource in a way that is probably gonna end up costing us pretty seriously. And it was a really bad time to lose it, too, because we didn't actually clear that much malaise with it. Yeah, I don't like this thing where I can't collect her. I'm assuming that the forge guy will still be there, but I guess I don't... It's not really... I'm not assuming that for any particular reason, really. So what do we want now? I'm honestly not sure what makes sense. Melee attacks slowing enemies for a little while will make it easier for us to hit the good part of our combo, because the first part will slow the enemy, and then I guess we'll go that way. This is probably a pretty good weapon for this mutation, and also a pretty good mutation for this weapon. So, funny how that works. But yeah, aside from the absence of the collector, so far, this is real familiar. Yep, still the ossuary, the weirdly super long hallways, and it's apparently a total dead end. There's not even any treasure at the end of that hall. Who would design this in this way? I think it's perfectly safe to just walk up to those guys and punch them to death if you catch them with the axe while they're facing you. The thing that they do that makes them annoying to fight with melee weapons is they turn around, right? They turn around and they show you their spiked back. Sometimes after you've already committed part of your combo. So in theory, the root would prevent that, but ever since we encountered like one or two enemies who can turn around while rooted, I'm insecure about it. Also, we can just kill him with the axe. It turns out to be pretty effective. In addition to being CC, it's an axe that you can just throw at someone. Obviously, that's at the very least getting delayed, if we do it at all. Gosh, I love having deployables. Come fight me down here. Aha, you fool. What a little nightmare hellscape we set up down there. He jumped down to fight us, and immediately his legs were submerged in boiling saw blades. It's like 6 inches of bubbling, flaming oil, and also all of the saws. Every saw that has been invented by man. That's right, we did it. It's a real feat of engineering. We got them all in there. Some of them are a little spatially coincident. You know, it's sort of a quantum foot sawing technology. Yeah, wow. Good damage. Bad damage. Way to get hit by dumb garbage. Oh, this is inconvenient. Alright. Took a couple of melees there. It's not a big deal. We are in position to clear 4 melees quite easily. I do not think it's going to be a problem, because I'm going to stop taking bad damage right now. Now is when that's going to happen. See? Look at me jump over the bad damage. That's how you know I'm serious. It is not clear to me exactly how the freezes enemy on death thing works. You don't have to kill the enemies with a weapon that has the trait. Okay, this is a fine time to find this. Colorless Scytheclaw? Nah, I'm good. Thanks. But it seems like if you have hit an enemy with a weapon that has the freezes enemies on death trait within the last, like, 2 or 3 seconds of their life, then they still do the freezy thing. I just wish, and if you're watching other series that I'm making at this same time as we're doing this, you will know that this is not a complaint unique to this series. I wish, in general, that tooltips and stuff were more verbose. I wish that things actually explained how they worked in video games more frequently. So I feel like they often do not. Yeah, I'll take that. That sounds good. So this is definitely going to be a throw the deployables and then get back on the chain kind of moment. I definitely panicked a little bit there. I saw the exclamation point come up over the slime. It's a very tense moment. It's a very tense moment for me. This is a weirdly shaped area. Alright, we're making it. I feel like my play is tightening up. I don't know why. I just had some, I guess, some new cell nervousness jitters going on there for a little while at the beginning of the episode. It's starting to feel familiar again. Oh yeah, I've played this video game before, once or twice. Ooh, I do love a powerful oil grenade. But honestly, I think our deployable strats are working just fine. Okay, we're going to change some things up here, strategically speaking. Oof. I don't know that I agree that I should have taken a hit there, because how did that thing survive all the fire? Also, I don't even know what damaged me on that one. I guess I must have... I didn't see it, but the only thing I can think of is I must have jumped down on a projectile from one of the Merv bomb guys, like one of the little ones. The big thing exploded, and then the little bomb just sat there in the corner and waited for us to get close before instantly detonating, which is a thing that we know that they do. They got no respect for the rules. Okay, that'll handle him. It does feel like my level of play here is a real last week sort of level. It's a good thing that 5 cells is not so far perceptively different from 4, because if it was, and especially if it was as brutal of a gap, anywhere near as brutal of a gap as 3 to 4, we would have been sent home in a small box quite some time ago. And actually, so far, I think this run has been a little bit easier than a lot of our 4-cell runs. I feel like the game's been very kind to us in terms of extras, you know, bonus cursed chests and lots of food. It's hard to blame this one. Hard to blame this one on anything but myself. But you know I'm trying. I'm desperately looking for that opportunity to be like, no, it's not my fault. I've never made an error. Obviously, if I was allowed to play at my normal, at my usual level of skill, clearly we would have been on the other side of this easily by now. Not only would we have run, but we would have set a new land speed record. Why would I do that? Why would I just go right at that guy like that? I mean, it worked, but it probably shouldn't have. So this is going to be a whole situation up here. I didn't roll far enough. I didn't want to just walk into his attack range, but I needed to get a little closer than that. I was really worried about just walking one step too far forward and walking directly into the punch. And I'm going to blame, a non-zero amount of that on you guys. I was afraid of looking like a fool in front of you guys. Well, we know we got to buy this. I mean, let's buy the watermelon now, and then we'll come back for the cough syrup after we're 100% sure we've cleared the area, because we totally might take one more point of malaise the way I'm playing. Let's give ourselves a little bit of an opening here. Okay, so it looks like there's only one scroll left, and we don't actually have to fight anything to get to it. And I guess that's just the end of that hallway? Really? That's... Hold on, let's go have a look at that. That's a weird thing. I was gonna say, it looks like there's a hallway that didn't get mapped for some reason, but no, there's just a weird, sort of stubby... I mean, there's clearly a room up there. Here we go. Yeah, what a strangely... Huh. The whole map generator today just feels real weird. It feels like a stranger to me. Also, there's a scroll fragment over here, which I suppose we ought to get. Stop. No rolling at me. It makes me very nervous. Do we even want to fight all this stuff? Here's my question. Am I playing too badly to just fight a bunch of stuff? I mean, that can't be the thing, right? We got pretty lucky yesterday in that we were able to just have a lot of money at the end of the run and not... Wow, man. Well, those guys don't deal, they don't deal malaise. So that's something. But yeah, we got pretty lucky at the end of the last run where we just, had items that had reasonable traits and we didn't have to do any rerolling. But it's important to remember that we want to have money for rerolling, which can get quite expensive. And part of having money for rerolling is committing 1,000 murders. How do I actually access that? It doesn't look like... Where is the Oh, the teleporter's down here. Weird. Again, the map generator is feeling real unfamiliar right now. How dare you? Just going around my trap like a guy who doesn't want to get saw-boiled. Do you have any idea how long we spent in R&D to develop these quantum saws? It's just when they avoid them like that, it makes me feel like they lack commitment to my cause. Alright, you guys just play with those for a minute. Alright, we're cleaning it up a little bit. A little tiny bit. We're gonna go to the Black Bridge with, most of our health. Not all of it. I guess it's best to drop down here. Just gonna, take this really slow. Hey, what if I played the game really slowly? That'd be a fun change of pace, right? Very much unlike everything I've ever done before. You know me, usually when I'm playing Dead Cells, it's like screaming across the alkali flats and... Put a sail on top of the dude. This is ugly. Ah. I had a plan. We're going to alert some of them, pull them down here, and let them die in the traps. Oh, hey. Well, it's a good thing we came over here. Can I... There we go. Tricky to find the spot where I'm allowed to use the challenge rune and not where I will just hit the statue again. Alright, so this is another scroll above expectation. Although it might put me in a really ugly place, health-wise, depending on how we perform in here. But yeah, 17 scrolls going to the Black Bridge. That feels pretty good, right? Character is very eager to climb on things. This shouldn't be hard. So I want to go such that I cross as the saw blades are coming down. So I'm jumping over the saw pit as the blade in front of us is hitting the ground. Like... now. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, and more to the point, 100% what I was trying to do, which is rarity. The roll cooldown. I'm really surprised we didn't take damage from that second saw blade. Okay, is it actually safe to stand in that corner? It's close. I think we should be fine. Is there a reason not to... You know what? Actually, lower might not be safer because we have to climb up through both the saw and the spiked ball. Oh yeah, no, this is nothing. This is the right way to do this. Okay, hey, that was not very much damage at all. Aren't you glad we came over here? Alright, are we good? So there's like a couple enemies left that we should probably kill, and then let's get out of here. Do you remember a point in this series where it didn't take me an hour to get to the first boss? Because I don't. It sounds like a fictional time to me. I wonder how many of those challenge room floor runes I miss on average per run. How many I just run across without even noticing that they're there. Okay, so we have pretty okay items. I think that it's nice to have deployables against this guy. I'm really creeped out by this whole collector thing. I didn't realize how much, like, the collector was a fixture of normalcy in my mind. It really bums me out when he's not here. Do I want to upgrade my... What level is this? It's a 5, so we're probably going to want to replace it soon anyway. I'm not going to spend the money then. If that was like a 7 or something, I might have sprung for the S upgrade, because it could carry us a while longer. And we don't necessarily need to use our axe to get combos off. If we can just get him to commit to his punch, it's slow enough that we can probably do a full sword combo during its execution. Yeah. Oops, that's bad. We can, however, do this to keep him away from us while he's in damage field mode. No. Ah. How dare you stun me at that moment. You stay right there and you just hug that turret. This is working pretty well. Yeah. Okay, I think I got hit once there. I mean, obviously it's not good to have gotten hit. Twice, I guess. Alright, let's, Do I want to take the firebrands? I mean, the loss of the root... So the loss of that root represents a loss of control. But the firebrands are a pretty solid ranged weapon. I actually really like firebrands. Probably, though, on this difficulty, loss of control, not so great. Heading into the Slumbering Sanctuary, loss of control, not that great. Okay, so this dude is still here. We're making good progress on that. Oh, I thought for a second, the bit right above us that has sort of like the square corner, I thought for a second was a note that had been posted on the thing, and maybe we could jump up and read it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad that we finished buying our outfit before we switched over. So it kind of seems like it's the same, though. I mean, maybe we're going to get a little deeper in and there's going to be some kind of big surprise. We know at the very least one thing that is different, which is that oh right, these guys still teleport while rooted. We know at the very least that the door behind the final boss has 5 cells on it. We know that is not openable on lower cell values. You have to be here to do that. But maybe that's the only major difference, and then of course there's some kind of thing happening with the collector, which I'm gonna assume is probably related to the plot, which is, you know, the game's very weird and vague plot. Man, we are doing some damage. Do my daggers have bonus damage against... Nope. No bonus damage against frozen stuff, just the twin daggers do a lot of damage. This is the thing they are for. Sorry, I was looking at the minimap. Just grinding my face against that wall. There's nothing on this platform, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that guy's got to be this way. Maybe he doesn't? Where's that fog coming from? But hey, like, look at this. I want to take a moment here. I'm deriding myself a lot. I'm giving myself a lot of crap today over my play. And, to be clear, deservedly. How do I... Okay, I have to go up to access that area. That was risky. But, like, we're playing pretty loose, I think, relative to our general level of play. There's a lot of not that good stuff going on here. And, still... Slumbering Sanctuary with a full flask. This is a thing I talk about semi-frequently, and I've probably said it at some point during this series. At this point, everybody has off days. We are having an off day. This is incontrovertible. I don't like this at all. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we are having an off day that is incontrovertible. This is an upgrade. But a big element of getting good at something, getting to feel like you're good at something, is getting to a place where your off days, getting your normal level of skill high enough that your off days still feel pretty good, pretty high level, because you can never, ever not have off days. It's simply never going to happen. And if you insist on always being at 100% the highest level of performance, and you torture yourself about your off days, you're going to drive yourself crazy for no benefit at all, really. It's unavoidable. Boy's Axe, generally good. This Boy's Axe, particularly good. This area, though, fucking sucks. Actually, should we... I should not have come in here. Because it's... I'm actually having trouble remembering. Is there usually a cursed chest? I should have noticed how many bats there were and backed off. Give me my axe back. That's true. We don't have to try to make it a whole... Wow. We don't have to try to make it a whole land a dagger combo thing, because I can just throw the axe into the orb shooters and then pull it back a couple of times, and then I'd probably kill him. Okay. Well, this room has been a real nightmare. But we are at 50 kills on our combo now. Have we ever hit the combo door post-Slumbering Sanctuary? I don't know, I feel like we only came here maybe like once or twice in total before we started doing 4 cells. So I think it's entirely possible that I have not. Alright, we're going to let this guy turn around and then we're going to test the axe. Okay, yeah, it's a very considerable portion of his overall health. Actually, even on that dude. Turns out the axe is just very solid. I don't... Oh, there's one. There's one right there. And I think it's a spinny guy. You know how I knew that? I heard the chains. There's a subtle audio cue that those guys give off when they're walking around, which I don't think I realized until just this moment. So this is where we're going to hit the button. I'm actually going to turn around. Can we progress this way at all? I would love it if we could get 5 more kills before turning on the scary enemies. No, probably not. Okay. I'm real nervous about losing a 55 kill combo to trap damage, because that's embarrassing. And in a real non-zero chance here. Although this is a particularly easy trap corridor for this thing here. So do we want to go back to the beginning? Probably not. I probably just want to go back through the traps, actually. I do feel like this is the easiest version of this. Come on, turn around. There we go. I think I threw it over him on the second throw. Of course. Of course it's a golem. How are we going to do this? Those 3 down there are my 3. That's the combo. I was rolling. I'm very disappointed there. We didn't get any of them. Well, disengagement procced. We probably got a flask, but I don't like that at all. Yeah, I think I committed too much to an animation there. I tried to get a swing or 2 in before executing the roll, and so these guys they're root immune, right? But I assume the axe will it'll still lodge in them and we'll get to pull it back for the damage. Oh, maybe they're not root immune. I remember they're immune to something that's really frustrating. Are they freeze immune or something? I don't know. Who knows? The important thing is you totally can kill them with the axe. That's the part of this that matters. Alright, let's do it. Oh. Well now. Turns out it doesn't matter what color we are. I would love to get to fight the giant with a giant killer. The damage seems so good. If we could just imagine, if we could just get a great big sword in that guy's eye. Oh, cool. All right, we're about to press both of our skills and also run away with maximum speed here. Okay, I changed my mind on the runaway. Obviously, I decided to instead fight, and it seems to have worked out just fine. Okay, whew. Got a little close. God, I love the mobility in this game. I love looking at a gap like this and thinking, okay, so we're just going to obviously run 8 feet up that wall, do a backflip, double jump, and then... This game rules. I think... Okay. I was going to say, I think that imp up there might be our last guy, but I don't really want him to be. Okay, we might be able to avoid fighting that golem. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, that was a bad time to get hit stunned. I was hoping that the shield was gonna falter a little bit earlier. Thank you. You know, those guys, the shield they get from that thing, it's only up like 75 or 80% of the time. Sometimes, nope. Sometimes I feel like it's worth it to just mash on them and try to hit the window. Got him. Alright. So I think we want to drop down right in front of the golem. We want him to commit to his punch immediately. Or I could try... Here, does this work? Oh, it totally does. That was a little risky. I should have rolled through, wound him up, and then rolled through again. And done the rest of it from the back. I can never tell whether they're going to go high or low. Yeah, I like the giant killer an awful lot. Our goal for this run is basically just get to the giant with this sword so that we can watch it murder him. You know, I'm realizing, I think of us as, like, I think of our progress through the game at this point as, we get the giant and can fight him competently. But we've only actually killed him twice, haven't we? Okay, there we go. Like, the one time we got the giant killer blueprint, and then I think the other time that we killed him last episode was only the second kill. Alright, can I... Yeah, here we go. Oh, I did not realize there was a second dude in here. Well, we handled it. Can I just take a moment, not to be all over here tooting my own horn or anything, but can I just take a moment and say that I'm so proud of myself for the way that we've been playing for the last, like, 60 seconds or so. That was a super hard area, and I didn't get hit once. And every time, this is one of the things that I love about games that are difficult in the way that Dead Cells is difficult, and like Rocket League's another great example of this. Every single time you do something like that and you succeed at it, we're going to leave this guy alone. You feel like a genius. You feel like you've really accomplished something. You learned and you practiced and you put it into practice, and it's like the execution of it feels amazing. This is why I like to play hard games. Alright, what have you? Shopkeep? I honestly kinda love my axe. I think we're gonna stick with the axe. I wouldn't be opposed to... And what level are we looking at here? The axe is only a 7, and the giant killer is only an 8. I would not be opposed to a higher level giant killer. I guess if we're doing that, then we're fishing in the cavern, right? I wonder if he took fall damage from that. It didn't look like it. The axe does so much damage that I would expect if he had taken fall damage, he probably would have died. There we go. Well, inconvenient. There it is. Oh, right, I forgot about the freeze. Yeah, this one. So, okay, we do have Explorer's Rune up. I missed it when it triggered. We were pretty thorough over here, so yeah, actually we've done a pretty good job. All that's left is a fragment. Unfortunately, it's on the ground, which means that if there is a golem here to fight, we will have to fight him. There's a golem over to the left, up in the tunnel. I think we're gonna have to fight it to get through, sadly. Oh, no, never mind. We go down to go through. Later, nerds. I'm getting the hell out of here. I was wondering where we were going to find the terrible trap drop. There's a music joke in there somewhere that I am not clever enough to make. Knowing nothing about trap music and nothing about music that has drops in it. So close to that combo door. Alright, let's just take all of our money with us into the thing here. I do think that I like the melee mutation with the giant killer, because the first attack of the giant killer combo comes out pretty fast. It's good for this weapon for exactly the same reason that it's good for the twin daggers. I'm a little worried about this though, given the paucity of our ranged options. The axe is good, but will it be enough? Especially if we happen to get like a couple of imps on us. Ow, hey. Now, I feel like I was off that platform already. Thank you. That's his apology to us, and I accept. There it is. Oh, well, that's actually very convenient. It's a pretty goofy-looking fighting style. I'll say that. Trying to stop myself from over-clicking. You might be noticing I am consistently hitting the button a fourth time and then having to roll out of the attack to avoid the embarrassment of having hit the button too many times. Roll, damn you. Yeah, right. That's true. That guy does have a shield. Okay, there we go. Panicked and turned around too soon. I was trying to make sure that I could get out of there in time. Oh wow. Okay, it actually does take all four. Sometimes. Yep, that's a... Alright, let's get him over here and give him one of these. An enemy who doesn't take damage from you when you hit him in the back is a pretty good, subversion of the common combat tactics. Oh hey, that guy's rare blueprint dropped in a place we can actually get it this time. He really wants us to have it. Shaman outfit. Huh. I assume those colors alongside the word shaman is a reference to a thing I'm just not getting. Racking my brain. I cannot really think of... The only character I can think of whose color scheme is really that is, Ow. He turned around very suddenly after we had rooted him, I feel like. Or at least, certainly after I had thrown the axe. So that's bad news. Well, we should probably just flask. The disengagement triggered and everything. I know we only got rid of 4 points of malaise there, which is not optimal. But safer. Anyway, what I was about to say is, Oddlaw, the bad guy from the Where's Waldo books, he wears those colors. I don't believe he was any kind of a shaman, but I guess it's been a little while. I don't really know what Martin Hanford was into. Do you still do those? They still make those? Or are kids today having to play Hidden Folks on their phones? I say with disgust that is wholly unearned. Hidden Folks is fine. Don't take that as an anti-endorsement of that particular adorable little game. But I feel like I haven't thought about Where's Waldo in quite some time. I spent an awful lot of hours in the dimly lit back of a car driving back from places, family stuff. Trying to do Where's Waldo in the dark, and I'm not saying that that's definitely responsible for my terrible eyesight, but it's probably not. Probably didn't help. Would you like to teleport over here, please? No? Cowardice. Here, he'll walk into that eventually. There we go. Finally managed to get that going. It's a very dramatic moment for the music to suddenly fade out. I guess let's walk back around. I don't much... There's a trap right underneath the shop, though. We'll be very cautious here. I'm going to do this. We're going to wait for the root to wear off, and then when he jumps down here... Oh, I should probably just pull the axe back. That'll do it. There we go. Okay. I'll take it. We're just going to go ahead and run back. There's a teleporter up in the shop. We got to get closer to that trap than I would like, especially given the noise it made when it went off with that bird in it. I don't want any part of that. Now, I remember reading to continue talking about... This is the weird, boring topic for today. Every episode of Dead Cells has one. Today it's Where's Waldo? I remember reading a thing, so in case it wasn't immediately clear to you, and it might not have been just because you heard me say it instead of seeing it spelled out, Oddlaw, the villain, his name is just Waldo backwards. The main character of the series is Waldo. We got a real Alucard kind of situation here. And... Ooh, that could have been bad. And I remember reading... I don't remember when. Some time ago. Ah, damn it. You can see I had a plan. That they changed Waldo's name in different regions. Like in Germany, he has a more Germany name, I guess. But, I mean, you know what we gotta do. But Oddlaw's name is the same in all regions. When in places where they change Waldo's name, they don't make Oddlaw's name whatever Waldo's new name is backwards, because in many of those places it would be, you know, unpronounceable gibberish. He's just always called Oddlaw, and I thought that was very strange. I mean, everything about that story is very strange, I suppose. Oh, this is wonderful. What a wonderful weapon. We should probably just go up there and... Oh, this is the Garland room, right. We should probably just go up there and fight those guys, fight the big guy. I'm a little nervous that something's going to go horribly awry, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, what about if you were to teleport back up here where all the fun stuff is? Okay, there we go. And this man has a shield for us, or a stat for us. Alright, now with this guy I'm a little nervous, because we've had encounters with this guy go sour a couple of times. Alright, we're going to try to pull these imps through the wall. I think there's one on the upper level and one on the lower level. Real close. Real close to a nightmare. There we go. Ooh. Will this work? It sure will. That was a pretty good toss, if I do say so myself. Yeah, what? The other day it was Firkins, today it's Waldo. You guys are really... This is top-tier entertainment right here. Alright. That was a pretty good place for him to stop in midair so that we could root him and just have him fall directly into the turret. Come over here and fight me. Okay. Actually. Damn it. Alright, we're just gonna bait him into attack. There we go. We gotta be close, right? Ah. We were off the ground. I figured it would go under us. Well, at this rate, we're going to get to the giant with pretty poor resources remaining. He jumped right over it. As you can tell, there was some panicked button mashing on that one. There you go. That's the way you really want to do it. You want to bait him into just doing the punch, rather than his whole ground pound thing. It's a lot less dangerous. There's a lot of weird triangle jumping that is required to scale the caverns. This area is definitely built as more of a test of your platforming skills than any of the others, I feel like. Always guess wrong. My Yomi is poor. I'm gonna let him back off of us a little bit. I don't want him to like get nudged by us and do an instant turnaround at a really inconvenient moment. So we're on 28 main stat. It feels pretty good. You know what I'm actually wondering? Thinking about it now, we've been a little bit short for part of the run. Because we didn't have the Hunter's Grenade giving us a free point. And I was thinking then that I sort of felt weaker. I wonder, actually, if it makes sense... I was kind of hoping we'd break his shield with one of those. I wonder if it makes sense to, if you're confident you can do it with one skill and 2 weapons, to just bring the Hunter's Grenade all the way? Because as far as I know... The damage stacking from the scrolls is multiplicative, not additive. So each scroll is increasingly powerful, right? Maybe there are some setups where it'd be worth it to have one fewer skill in order to have 15% more total damage dealt. I don't really want him to jump across. I want to wait till he turns around and then go over there and kill him. Alright, there we go. Alright, yeah, if you can bait that guy into his punch combo, he is a trivial kill. Alright, well, congratulations, you have volunteered. Just let him throw his little tantrum here. There we go. Trying to just be like more patient and wait for an opening. Wait until I'm sure I have an opening, rather than just getting in there and trying stuff, because the penalty for a failed try is so harsh. I feel like I said we've got to be getting close now. Like, is this a new room? Huh. You can do more with the crystals than sell them, I'm sure of that. Using them on corpses doesn't do anything for now, but I have to keep going. Maybe that's not new. I don't know. Anyway, I was saying something, and I don't remember what it was, but it couldn't have been important because I was the one saying it, so let's just move on. Hold on, what else is this way? Oh, what I was saying, I think, was that I feel like I said we must be near the end, like, half an hour ago at this point. Clearly, I am not correct. We were not necessarily near the end. Oh, it's a shame that this thing's not red-purple anymore. I would definitely take that for our secondary slot for the boss fight if it was. So there are going to be situations where it's going to be hard to use the giant killer on account of its incredible slowness. Oh, wow. I just didn't grab the wall. Surprise me. Yeah, I absolutely tried to grab the wall. I don't know what I really could have done much different there in terms of actual mechanical input. Yeah, man, this thing chops elites up real good. Yeah, right? Toxic Cloud when you take damage is good. Damage from projectiles down is good. Man, there's just so much level. There's just so much level here. When we lure the imps down to a trap floor, we can always go high with the throw because either they go high, get caught by the root, and then get dragged down into the traps, or they go low and they are just in the traps and they die from that. Either one of these things is fine. It's obvious I don't want to try to go this way. Let's not, then. How about that? How about we just go the other way? Well, we'll see if this might not even be an important route. Hopefully there will not be a scroll behind it. Ah, damn it. I was trying to... I don't know. For some reason, I totally blanked on the fact that when we pressed that button, it was going to bring up a stat menu, because I wasn't counting our scrolls. And so I was just mashing up and right and jump to do the move to the next platform. Well, that's pretty bad. I just, like, gave up a scroll for no reason. Okay, that horrifying path does in fact lead to a scroll. God damn it. And it looks like it's not accessible in any other way, and there's a shop behind it as well. Well, bloody hell. I don't know how we're going to deal with that. Maybe the answer is we're not. Maybe it's just a scroll we don't take. Right, only one of them is rooted. The good news is, giant killer. Yeah, the damage from the giant killer, the bonus that it deals against bosses and elites is so huge. Like, it's totally a functional weapon against normal things, and then it's such a terrifying monster against other stuff. I think we might just skip that scroll, honestly. Because we're right at the end. Is there anything else that we desperately need? There's a fragment up there, which I don't really care about, but there's a shop up there, which I do care about a little bit. Neither one of our skills are going to be very effective against the boss, sadly. Was that enough? It was enough, okay. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, it wasn't really that much damage, at least. We might be able to get the giant again. It's not impossible. It's not super likely. But it's not impossible. I feel like those guys are tall enough that they should count as... They're honorary giants. You should get the giant killer bonus. So, a shield would be good. I don't think the boy's axe is going to be very good against the giant. Yeah, I'll take this. This is a good one. Sorry, boy's axe. You've served me well. And then I'm just going to re-roll here, and if they show us a higher level giant, I'll buy it. A higher level giant killer, I'll buy it, and if not, we will not buy anything. Okay. Fine by me. So the other store, then, will be, for sure, the skill shop. Our current skills are certainly going to be... They'll do some damage against the hands. So that's the only way, right? Alright, pull the enemy down here. Okay. Then we have a... Yo! I was about to say we have some time before it comes back on. Of course, it came back on the instant we got anywhere near it. And it did quite a lot of damage to us. Third hit of the combo, one-shot that elite. That's pretty fun. I'm trying to drop down and I'm hitting right too soon and he's just scrabbling back up the wall. Okay, so what are we looking for here? Grenades are fine. Like an infantry grenade's pretty strong. Spreads oil. We don't actually have a source of fire. Yeah, let's take this though. That's a good one. Yeah, we don't have a source of fire that will hit the eyes at the moment. I mean, honestly, that bleed, the dagger throw might have been a good idea. Shock, DPS, zone damage. What do we have good traits on our weapons, like bonus damage against things and... Not really. I mean, the Giant Killer has bonus crit damage, which is excellent. And just bonus damage all the time. I probably won't mess with it. Okay, the Lacerating Aura is pretty compelling. Let's take that. Alright, let's go fight a giant. We are not going to win this run, but we might kill the giant, depending on how the Giant Killer behaves against him. Alright, if there's going to be some, like, weird stuff because it's 5 cells, this is about where I would expect it would be, right? If there's going to be some, like, weird plot nonsense or... Oh! Okay, cool, it caches in your blueprints for you. That's actually really nice. I wasn't even thinking about that. Blueprints. Do we want to change a thing? No, I guess. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's just do it. Well, you know what? The slow from... Is the slow from melee actually going to work? Because if it's not, we could take, like, Instinct of the Master at Arms and get ourselves... Since every hit we deal with our sword is going to be critical during this fight, we can maybe get more laceration or uptime, because the grenade's going to be up all the time anyway. But if the slow does work on the hands, that would be nice. We'll try it this way. We'll learn. And hey, if we manage to pull this off, we have a bunch more cells for the forge. Except we didn't see the forge. If we kill him, we might want to take the normal route instead of going to the, well, whatever. Because the branch would be after the forge, right? I don't know. I don't remember what happened yesterday. It's all a blur. Hey there, buddy. You got any special text for us here? That looks like the normal... Yeah, that's the normal text. Okay. Wow. Very significant. Pretty good. Ow. I tried. I tried to block. Chop. Threw the grenade clean over him. Ow. Yeah, this is actually working. We're totally gonna do this. Oh, interesting. It seems like the what do you call it? The shards don't actually hit you if you're not on the ground, because that one fell clean through us. Come on. Yeah! Giant killed. Don't give me your sob story. What is this? Okay, hold on. We'll get that in a second. Let me start mopping up all the garbage here. 5-cell giant killed. Like, hey, this run that I feel like is going pretty poorly is a run where we killed the giant on 5. So, you know, that's something. The giant whistle. It is a giant whistle. It might be a whistle that calls the giant, or it might just be a whistle that is big. Well, do I think we have any chance at all against the Hand of the King with our giant killer? Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a forge through here. And in fact, there wasn't a collector either. You know what? We're going to go this way to cash in our stuff. I want to cash in my cells. We'll go to the distillery. We'll probably die horribly there. It's fine. But actually, this will be a really good opportunity, though, to figure out how many cells there are, or how many scrolls there are in the higher biomes. Because if it's more than 2, then taking the short path to the final boss is actually a pretty bad thing to do. Oh, I should probably have upgraded this to S quality, huh? There we go. Alright, we got our giant whistle unlocked. Let's... You know what I'm going to do? We're going to reset our mutations. And I'm going to take... Where is it? Wow, Tainted Flask is scaled all the way down to 4 elites. We actually might see 4 elites. We're gonna test this. And then... I'm still going to take Disengagement. I think it's probably still a good idea. We totally might see 4 elites. That could totally happen. I'm going Distillery. Am I? Yes, Distillery is... I feel like Distillery is easier. Also, there's definitely a blueprint in here we don't have yet. We know that, because the splash screen says there's 2 blueprints. We definitely only got 1. So who knows? Maybe this will be the time. And then he hit the explosive barrel with his sword. Just good thinking. It's just good strategic thinking. This is actually going to be a little terrifying. I don't think this... I'm like 80% sure now. This difficulty is not actually different than 4 cells. Except for the collector thing. Stop doing that. Alright, well... Chop! Right, I gotta remember, I hit him for 25,000 damage. Wait, was that a... That was a 3-stat amulet. That was an amulet that is of lower quality than the amulet that we got in the previous biome. I don't know what I'm doing here. It feels very dangerous, though. Okay. So, it's a real scary place. We got a great weapon, but also it's a real scary place. Okay, this is the part I'm most nervous about. There we go. We made it. We made it. You know what? I think we might actually take the barrel launcher. We have not in the past. But we might actually take it over our shield here, just for the safety of having a ranged weapon. So, inflicts a critical hit if the barrel bounces off or has been reflected back and forth before exploding. It has the freeze thing, it launches a grenade. Yeah. Neat. Okay. This will make some parts of the area a lot easier, with us not having to find an enemy to reflect the projectile of back into stuff. Also, even without the crits, that's a lot of damage, man. Oh. Also, it's a bazooka, and a bazooka is delightful. That's just good video games right there. You poor guys are so overmatched. I know this hallway. You can't fool me. So it looks like it collides with the barrels that are the enemies, but even when they're stealthed, but it doesn't do any damage to them. It's good for figuring out which ones are bad guys, though. Like that one right there. So you don't get surprised by them. They're lit a little bit differently. I'm noticing that like the shading is a little different on the ones that are alive. I blasted the other barrel into him, which made it a crit. Yeah, it's a fun weapon. I mean, we should probably kill those guys. Ah, clumsy. I believe they are no danger to us as long as the bands around them are blue and not orange. It's just like with the normal enemy grenades. Solid work from our giant killer. It turns out this machine kills giants. You guys don't want to come down here. This is not gonna go the way you wanted it to. Oh, you asshole. We got most of the health back. Oof. Must deal damage. Okay, we got a little bit of the health back on that one. We killed 2 elites? Is that right? I'm starting to fear we may not, in fact, get to 4. Ah. You can't just rush them. I probably could fire 1 barrel and then use the sword. Or hit them once before they go into their crouch. That will also work. I mean, look, even if we die here, we could have been at the hand of the king. Wait a minute. Aren't the items in the cavern shop 12s? Does the cavern just have a higher item level than the distillery? I wonder... It might be the case that the distillery is a little bit lower level than the castle, because the castle is definitely harder. Right? Yeah. Wait, why is... Oh, this one's reporting higher damage because it has plus 20% damage on it. But this one has even bigger crits. And we're going to upgrade it to S rank, and then it'll be higher anyway, but then we'll also have money to reroll. I'm going to take this. I'm going to discard our old giant killer. I'm going to be honest with you. I've forgotten. Have we gotten any scrolls here? I don't think we have. I know there are some. But I should probably keep track. You know what I could do is just after the thing, come back here and check the footage. And if you think that I will probably remember to do that, I have a bridge to sell you. It's a nice one. This is a high quality bridge. Well, that's a scroll. We know there's at least one. And now we also know where the key door is. Oh, damn it. That sucked. I knew he was going into his stance, and I was trying to roll down off the platform. Those guys are, I don't remember those fake barrel enemies being quite so scary for their non-explosive attack. I guess it's just less of a problem on the lower difficulty. That's a hell of a shield. I mean, like, I know it breaks, but still, for it to absorb the entire explosion there, it feels like a pretty big deal. Toss a coin to your shield maker, sir. I mean, you know, rhetorically, because obviously you're dead, but you know what I mean. Okay, so 2. I mean, I suspected there would be at least 2. Did you see that? That bat was missing health. I don't think I've ever seen a green bat alive, but not at full health before. I guess this far into the thing, they actually have enough HP that they can survive a hit or two sometimes. This weapon's pretty fun. I can't believe we didn't use this extensively in any of our previous visits. No, right? No. No, that's a real good way to die horribly. Okay, there is a scroll fragment as well, which could in some cases be relevant. We gotta go see what that is. Alright. Just wait for this to fire and then follow it. Actually, never mind. I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can get out that way. Get out of here. Oh, actually, you know, where does this take you? Okay, that takes you back up there. Good, good, good. Totally spaced on that one. Oh, it's just this. I wonder if... I mean, I'm going to shoot the machine with my barrel launcher. Nothing happened. Okay. Not, I suppose, a huge surprise. Well... Is it going to be best for us to just run back to this thing? Eh, probably not. Probably we can just go down. Right, I don't think there were a lot of flying barrels out here. Oh, that's going to kill me. Ah. There we go. Thank you, disengagement. We've been through this area so thoroughly. I couldn't have imagined that there would be an enemy left. Okay, there's a treasure chest in here. That's a thing of value, potentially. A thing to compel you to go this route instead of skipping. Unnecessary. Scared the hell out of me. Hey, a cherry. I bet that this puts us back at... Yeah, that's above 20%. It is now possible for us to benefit from disengagement again once it comes off cooldown. Okay, this is just this area. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. We got a cool crit, though. Okay, so there's nothing over there. Hooray for Explorer's Instinct. Okay. There's another scroll part. And there's another scroll. Okay. So you do get fewer scrolls by taking the shortcut. That's interesting. Well, take that, nerd. In theory, as long as you're playing smart and you're responding quickly to the decoy enemies and you have a good plan for them, this area is not actually that dangerous. It's certainly not as dangerous as the castle. Where, like, in the castle, I feel like there's a lot of things that can go wrong and have you just all of a sudden take a ton of damage. And some of the enemies there are considerably more frustrating. Obviously, we're going this way because if there's a chance of fighting more elites, we have to take it. Ooh, okay. I guess we have enough scrolls now that we're one-shotting them. Which is pretty good. Although I think he wasn't quite at full health for some reason. Maybe they do take a small amount of damage when they are in an explosion area while still in stealth mode. I saw him. I knew. Okay. Damn it. Yeah. Trying real hard. There we go. That one I did not see ahead of time. Yeah, I didn't realize that the number of enemies needed to refill the flask scaled to such a degree. So wait, was that? That was not even marked on the map. So there are 4 scrolls. And we know that scrolls that are inside of an enemy are drawn from the normal pool of scrolls, because in the first area, if there's a scroll in an enemy, there's only 1 on a pedestal. So there are 4 scrolls, and at least, unless I missed one, unless I'm not remembering one that we got early, 4 scrolls and 2 scroll fragments in this biome, which it's like you are definitely paying a cost by skipping straight to the Hand of the King. Alright. Nope, I didn't want to... I pressed the wrong button. Well, those two caught me completely off guard. I didn't see them at all. Ugh. Panicked. Saw the green bat and panicked. The lower path doesn't actually go anywhere, right? It's just a way of getting to here without having to cross the top area. Am I remembering this right? Oh no, maybe not. Okay, there's a little bit of money to be had, but also, mostly it's about skipping. Alright, well, I'm hoping that we will get to punch the Hand of the King at least once with our mighty, mighty sword. So the skills I bought are actually higher value than the skills that are available in this shop. So later, I guess. Are we good? We're done? We're done. There are not 4 elites in this level. Ah well. The Hand of the King spawns elites. You think that counts? Well, we're not going to get that far into the fight. I'm going to get killed by him the first time he attacks. But we're still going to get to him. We're still going to put a... I'm going to try to put at least one swing into the Hand of the King here. Maybe I should have grabbed a shield. Hey you. Upgrade my stuff. Okay, we got the 20% damage. Yeah, it's a casual 214,000 DPS. Yeah, I don't know that there's a lot of other stuff to apply here. You think he's gonna kill me before I get a swing off on him? I hope not. I want to hit him at least once. I want to see a quarter of his HP disappear in a single strike. Alright, let's see if there's any weird story stuff on this one. Nope. Straight into it. It's not quite as good as I wanted it to be. Yeah. I started swinging instead of rolling. If we had rolled there, we would have been totally fine. I mean, not totally. We would have survived the combo, gotten to hit him a couple of times, and then, you know, figure stuff out after that. Can I just say, our standard of play is now where I'm playing real loose means I get to the Hand of the King on 5 cells. Very pleased with it. Alright, that is going to have to be it for us for today. Obviously, these are running a little bit long, and I could play faster, but let's be honest, I would just die. So thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, I think we're going to be... I guess we have a decision to make. If we're going to fan out the route a little bit and try to find some more blueprints, we have to play on 4 cells. I guess there's no difference, mechanically, except that, like, you have to decide... At the beginning of the run, you have to decide if you are trying to go for that door. It's a weird decision to make. I assume there will be a good explanation behind the door. Somebody has kidnapped the collector and we have to save him, or... I don't know. Whatever. When you come back next time, tomorrow, I will have figured out what the hell we're going to do, and then we'll execute on it. And we'll see you then.